the health claims on the label. You may have been sucker punched because terms you see on labels, fat-free, all natural, or often just slapped on there, and that item may not be healthy at all, or all that it's supposed to be according to the label. Our go-to health expert is Judy Gaman. I would think most people, Judy, have a pretty difficult time understanding nutrition labels. What do you think?
I think you're absolutely right. I think this is the whole reason we have an obesity crisis and a diabetic crisis in this country.
So the food labels are misleading, and how so?
Well, let's just take them apart. Let's look at all natural. And people say, oh, this is all natural. I think I'll buy it. I think I'll eat it. I feel healthy. Matter of fact, I think I'll eat twice as much because it's healthy.
You know me too well, Judy. You know me too well.
But, the FDA has never defined all natural. So basically, anything can be all natural. It's basically high fructose corn syrup, they can put all natural because they say, oh, it comes from corn. A lot of people will say, well, this is natural, so it's good for me. Well, you know what? So is pot, and so is opium, and there's a lot of stuff that's natural in our world that isn't necessarily good for us.
Let me say what the terms are. We'll just zip through these. You tell me what the hole is. Poke the hole in it. Zero trans fat.
Oh, well, I love this one because zero doesn't mean zero. So basically, it could have trans fat, and it could have, half of a gram of trans fat per serving. So this is that whole truth in labeling. So you can look at the package. You can say per serving size 1 cookie. All right, whatever. How many people eat 1 cookie? So basically, you're not getting zero trans fat necessarily. If there's a half of a gram per serving, but you ate, 4 cookies, then you actually had 2 grams of trans fat.
Is gluten-free gluten-free?
Not necessarily unless it's certified. And this is a big one for me. If it's certified gluten-free, it is gluten-free. But a lot of times these things will say gluten-free just because they don't contain gluten, but they're actually processed in on material and equipment that actually handles gluten, so it's contaminated.
Cholesterol-free.
Oh, love that, cholesterol-free. Well, this is another one of those where it may or may not be true. It all goes to the defining factors and basically the serving size.
Now, the term light, light ranch dressing, light this, light that, there's probably an issue there, right?
Oh, I got an issue. In how many ways can you spell the word light? I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, L-I-T-E,
Yeah, and it could just be that they made a smaller little package and it doesn't weigh as much. I mean, really, that is one of the biggest misuses of labels.
Here's another one, organic.
Organic. Okay, organic doesn't necessarily mean organic. It needs to be certified organic. So if you see something that says organic, unless it says certified, anyone can slap an organic label. Now, they're trying to get this actually regulated a little bit more, but that's a big one.
Okay, I've seen this too. You've all seen this when we go grocery shopping. Made with real fruit. Is that significant?
Oh, made with real fruit. Okay, yes, I love this one. So they could take a whole bunch of other additives, laundry list of ingredients, and they can drop in 1 blueberry and mix it up, not even enough to color it. And they can say, made with real fruit.
Yeah.
They didn't lie, but really there's not enough fruit in there to make it significant.
Now, what about milk? We see 1% milk, 2% milk. Any issue with that?
Well, I'm glad you brought up milk because that's a real buzzword right now because the FDA is trying to get with the milk producers and the dairy people because they're putting high fructose corn syrup in milk to improve the taste. And sometimes they're putting in artificial sweeteners, and they don't want to put on the label if there's an artificial sweetener in there. That's what the dairy people are trying to do, which is terrible. Us in the medical community, we're furious because people get migraines from artificial sweeteners, a lot of different problems with artificial sweeteners.
I have one more for you. Lightly sweetened. What's that?
Oh, lightly sweetened. It goes back to that lightly. What the heck is that? Lightly sweetened. What's lightly sweetened to me and what's lightly sweetened to you could be 2 different things. Give something to your kid and something that would choke us because it's so sweet, and they don't think it's sweet at all. So that's all about the palate.
Okay, so one more thing. All that gack on labels, what should we look at when we look at a food label?
The ingredients. Look at the ingredients. If anything has more than 5 ingredients, don't buy it. And if there's anything you can't pronounce, don't buy it. That's the big one. And, look at the calories because they can they can actually twist this fat and the carbs. They can take something out of one and put it in another. So look at the calorie count, but also is there nutritional value and how many ingredients are in it.
Great segment. Judy Gaman, our nutrition expert on misleading food labels.